Have you ever met someone who immediately forms opinions about everyone around them, who labels, judges, or dismisses without hesitation, and wondered why they do it so instinctively? Maybe you've caught yourself thinking the same way in passing, and it left a strange feeling of tension or curiosity about your own mind. There's something fascinating and often hidden about the psychology of people who judge others quickly, and understanding it can reveal a lot about how humans handle insecurity, perception, and emotional defense. People who jump to judgment are not born with that behavior fully formed. Often, it starts early, shaped by experiences where observation was more valuable than vulnerability. They learn that noticing flaws, pointing them out, or predicting outcomes keeps them safe. On the surface, it looks like arrogance, superiority, or moral clarity, but underneath, it often reflects anxiety, fear of being wrong, or a need to control the social environment. Recognizing this is the first step in understanding not just them, but our own unconscious tendencies. Many people who judge quickly carry a hidden sense of insecurity. Their judgments are not always about others. They are mirrors reflecting their own fears, mistakes, or vulnerabilities they do not want to confront. In childhood, environments that were critical, unpredictable, or highly evaluative can push a person to develop the habit of judging to preempt criticism. It's a shield. They learn to protect themselves emotionally by assessing others before being assessed themselves. This mental pattern becomes automatic over time, and by adulthood, it can appear as a stable personality trait rather than a learned coping mechanism. Yet, every snap judgment is a moment where the mind is quietly managing fear, identity, and self-preservation. Social dynamics also play a role. Quick judgment often gives an illusion of confidence and competence. It signals to others that they understand situations, people, and social hierarchies with precision. It can create a temporary sense of control in a world that feels unpredictable. They may even feel a subtle dopamine reward from getting it right or having others agree with them. But this behavioral pattern comes at a cost. Over time, they may struggle with genuine connection because they prioritize evaluation over empathy. Relationships may remain functional but lack depth because true understanding requires patience, curiosity, and vulnerability, which are sacrificed in the rapid-fire judgment process. There is also a cognitive dimension. Humans naturally categorize and predict social behaviors as a survival mechanism, and people who judge quickly have simply honed this skill to an extreme. Their brains scan for inconsistencies, deviations from norms, or potential threats to their social or emotional standing. Each judgment is a mental shortcut, conserving cognitive energy but increasing emotional distance. While this mechanism can feel efficient, it often prevents authentic engagement. They may fail to notice subtle nuances, personal struggles, or complex contexts that would otherwise soften their assessments. Over time, the habit of instant judgment may reinforce black and white thinking, reducing tolerance for ambiguity or uncertainty in human behavior. Interestingly, this judgment habit is often accompanied by a hidden emotional burden. People who assess others constantly are rarely at ease with themselves. They are alert, internally critical, and often replay social interactions repeatedly in their minds, wondering if they were judged in return. This creates a subtle cycle of vigilance and internal pressure, which is emotionally exhausting. Despite appearing confident and decisive externally, there is a quiet tension running beneath their surface. A reminder that every judgment is also a self-protective act, not just a comment on someone else. Their mind never fully relaxes. It is constantly scanning, calculating, and comparing. Some who judge quickly also struggle with empathy, not because they lack compassion entirely, but because they prioritize mental efficiency and risk avoidance over emotional engagement. Empathy requires slowing down, asking questions, and tolerating uncertainty, all things that feel uncomfortable to a mind trained to evaluate quickly. And yet, there are moments, sometimes brief and subtle, where empathy breaks through. A look, a hesitation, a self-conscious awareness that they may have been harsh. These moments reveal that the habit of judgment is learned and not immutable, and it can be gently adjusted over time with awareness and reflection. It's worth noting that people who judge quickly often project their own unprocessed emotions onto others. They may react to behaviors or traits that remind them unconsciously of past failures, insecurities, or unresolved conflicts. A passing remark might trigger disproportionate critique, not because of the person in front of them, but because it resonates with something inside themselves they fear acknowledging. This is where self-reflection can be transformational. By understanding that judgment is often a defensive mechanism, both for themselves and others, it becomes possible to break the pattern, cultivating patience and curiosity instead of instant critique. Even in social or professional environments, these individuals can appear highly competent, decisive, and socially aware. Yet, their quick judgments often limit authentic collaboration. People sense a lack of emotional depth or hesitation to engage vulnerably. Strong personalities may respect the decisiveness, but meaningful connection, trust, openness, and psychological safety requires more than evaluation. There's a delicate balance. The skill of assessment is valuable, but when overused as a shield, it subtly isolates. The mind, even unconsciously, pays a toll by constantly scanning for flaws rather than embracing ambiguity and human imperfection. At this point, it's essential to mention that our videos are not flashy, colorful, or gimmicky. They are built around a real narrative designed to help you understand complex behaviors and emotional patterns. Watching them is not about entertainment alone. It's about gaining insight into yourself and others. Just as a careful observer can read patterns in human behavior, a subtle, calm presentation allows these ideas to resonate deeply. The focus is understanding, not stimulation. This approach ensures that the value you take away is practical, reflective, and psychologically relevant, giving your inner awareness a chance to grow. The next layer is awareness of self-projection. When you recognize your own tendency to judge quickly, you may notice parallels in the way you interpret other people. Self-awareness is subtle but powerful. Each time you pause before forming an opinion, you create space to understand your own biases, insecurities, and emotional triggers. This slow, reflective approach does not make you weak. It allows for conscious engagement and more meaningful interactions. The act of noticing your own judgmental impulses is a form of inner training, strengthening emotional intelligence, patience, and empathy over time. Finally, the psychology of people who judge quickly teaches a larger lesson. Human minds often act out of fear, defense, or survival strategies rather than objective truth. Quick judgment is rarely about others. It is about managing internal discomfort, avoiding vulnerability, and navigating uncertainty. Recognizing this pattern in others and in yourself creates an opportunity for deeper understanding and connection. With conscious awareness, habitual judgment can transform from a barrier into insight, allowing you to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting reflexively. A reflective mind, guided by observation rather than impulsive evaluation, gradually shifts the balance from critique to comprehension, revealing the hidden complexity of human behavior.